I groaned in disappointment and discomfort when I noticed a small diner behind what used to be the gas station. It looked like any other greasy spoon in a one-horse town. Low ceilings, grimy windows. There was even a sign on the door. Restrooms for paying customers only. Hey guys, Scary Stories here. I hope you're well. Tonight, we have an absolutely terrifying one for you. Have you ever gone into a restaurant or a diner and felt like something was just off? You can't quite put your finger on it, but you know something's wrong. Whether it be the person behind the counter just making a little too much eye contact with you, or there being just a strange smell in the air. Well, anyways, the lady in our story tonight had a similar experience to that when her and her friends went on a road trip and had to make a little stop at a roadside diner. I really hope you enjoy the story tonight, but before we get into it, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel, I post videos like this every Thursday and Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I like to look through the archives of the internet to find old websites, stories, and news articles to share with you here. So, if you enjoy all things creepy, strange, or just slightly unsettling, maybe consider hitting that little red button down below. It really helps me out. But, with that out of the way, let's get into the story. I hope you enjoy. About a year ago, I had a very unsettling experience that I've never been able to make sense of. I think about it a lot, and I've told the story several times. Despite that, nobody has any better explanations than I do. It all happened last August. I set out on a road trip with two female friends. Unfortunately, I have a bladder the size of a sunflower seed. We were in the middle of East Jesus Nowhere between the rural outskirts of Dallas and Texarkana. That's about when I felt nature really calling to me. When I said we were in the middle of nowhere, that's not an exaggeration. It had been miles and miles of nothing. No houses, no bathrooms, hardly any other cars on the road. Just trees. I was weighing the pros and cons of relieving myself on the side of the road when we spotted a gas station sign. Thank God. Except, the gas station obviously hadn't been there for years, maybe even decades. The building was clearly collapsing. The pavement had been all torn up. A few of the pumps had fallen over and they were missing nozzles. I groaned in disappointment and discomfort when I noticed a small diner behind what used to be the gas station. It looked like any other greasy spoon in a one-horse town. Low ceilings, grimy windows, signs proclaiming a special on the fried catfish. There was even a sign on the door, restrooms for paying customers only. Okay, I thought, I'll get a soda or something. Whatever, I really have to pee. Just then, an 18-wheeler who had been behind us for a while got off at the same exit and also pulled into this diner. As soon as I got out of my car, he stepped out of the cabin of his truck. He was short and very old. His hair was sparse and white, and he walked with a pronounced limp. When I held the door open for him, he grinned, revealing several missing teeth. I was already a little uneasy, but when I stepped inside, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Every table in the diner was empty. Despite that, the diner was loud with kitchen sounds. Hissing, clattering, clanking, sizzling. The woman behind the counter was as much a stereotype as the diner itself. She was tall and chubby, with dyed hair and a big smile. She too was missing several teeth. At the sound of the door opening, a man appeared in the window to the kitchen. The lady behind the counter smiled at me, and her smile brightened even more at the sight of the trucker behind me. "Can I help you?" she asked. Something about this place was making the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Something was wrong, and I couldn't put my finger on it, so I just stammered. I need to use the bathroom. Here, I'll buy a soda." I went over to the fridge and grabbed a generic bottle of water. All 3 pairs of eyes followed me the whole way. I paid for the bottle in cash and asked where the bathroom was. She pointed me to the door in the front corner. I left the bottle sitting on the counter and walked over to the bathroom, trying not to notice that everybody was still watching my every step. I need to reiterate that for the story. It's important. All of them heard me ask where the bathroom was and watched me go in. The bathroom was disgusting. The sink was full of brown water. Who knows how long it had been sitting there. A handwritten sign directed me to please dispose of toilet paper in the trash. Ugh, okay. Swallowing concerns of E. coli and flesh-eating bacteria, I quickly set about my business. Then, I heard steps outside the door. At first, it wasn't that weird. Maybe somebody else needed the bathroom. Whoever it was knocked at the door. Occupied, I called back. The knocker stopped for a moment, then started up again. I didn't respond that time. I finished up quickly, opting to use my hand sanitizer rather than touch that sink, and then opened up the bathroom door, expecting to come face to face with whoever it was that was knocking. But there was no one there. I stepped back into the dining room to find all 3 people still staring intently at me, all still smiling. "Oh, there she is," the lady in the trucker cried out. "See? I told you she was in there," the lady said to the trucker. He just smiled and chuckled, never taking his eyes off of me. By that point, every instinct I had was telling me to get the hell out of there. I quickly grabbed my water off the counter, muttered a thank you, and got out of there as fast as I could. Their stares and grins followed me the whole way out. "What happened in there?" my friend asked. I relayed the experience, the creepy smiles, the knocks on the door, the surprise at my reappearance from the bathroom. I was almost done with the story when my conscious mind took notice of something that my subconscious must not have noticed immediately. The diner, with the sign for the fried catfish, it didn't smell like food in there. Places that serve fried seafood smell like grease and fish no matter how often they get cleaned. Although there was no customers, and likely hadn't been for a while, the kitchen was clanging and sizzling away. But it still didn't smell like food. And who was making all that noise in the kitchen anyways? I never saw anyone besides the man in the window. Nobody else walked past the window. He didn't speak to anyone. And nobody was talking or yelling to each other. It really just didn't add up. When I finished the story, my friends mentioned that the trucker had been looking at me creepily. One of my friends suggested that they may have thought I was a prostitute. That could have explained the leering trucker and the knock on the door, but nothing else. Furthermore, nothing about my appearance suggested that I was there for those kinds of services. That is, unless the people that provide those kinds of services have started dressing like lazy hippies in the last few years. My next thought was that I stumbled into some kind of crime ring. But what kind of illegal shenanigans are profitable when you're miles away from anyone or anything? Crime is a business just like any other, right? Well, it's, Breaking Bad. Maybe they were cooking something other than fish in that kitchen. Anyways, I even started to consider paranormal explanations. Glitch in the Matrix, perhaps. but none of those added up either. I remember every detail as if it happened yesterday. I think about it constantly. Maybe it's silly, since nothing actually happened. But it bothers me that I don't even have a good theory for what was going on. Anyways, that's my creepy encounter. Sorry for going on so long. Oh, and an update. I'm trying to figure out exactly where we were. We were closer to Texarkana than I thought, because I'm 99.9% certain we had already passed Mount Pleasant. I think we were probably on the I-30 East, but we may have gotten off the interstate and taken Highway 67. I remember there was some conversation about avoiding the I-30 due to construction, but I don't really remember where that construction was supposed to have been. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. So, what'd you think of that one? A secret hideout for a legal criminal organization ring? Or was it just three people that don't really see outsiders all that often? I'm kind of leaning towards the latter, but it is a strange story with the kitchen noises and stuff like that. Maybe they were just cleaning the kitchen. They had somebody back there that she couldn't see. I don't know. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to give it a like. It really helps me out. Or you could just say hi down below. Always love to hear from you guys too. But I'll leave it there for now. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. And I hope you're taking care of yourself. You really do deserve it. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.